You think you can speak in English, but how about those awkward silent moments? How to avoid awkward silence while speaking? Well, that's the topic for today's discussion. Awkward silence can happen anywhere while you're talking to your crush, having a discussion with the senior manager, during a job interview, or maybe at a networking event where you wish to impress somebody. Now everything is going fine. But suddenly both the parties become silent. Now you're standing there and thinking, should I speak? Should they speak? Or should we both remain silent? And I know that's a tricky situation to be in. Honestly, awkward silence happens because of three typical reasons, and it's important that we understand that. Number one, when somebody asks you a question, you don't know how to answer. You fumble, you're thinking, you get nervous, and you're just out of nowhere. Number two, you know what to say, but you don't know how to continue. Somebody asked me a question, I answered, but what do I do next? How do I naturally keep the conversation going? Third, and most importantly, you don't know how to initiate. Somebody is standing, I want to talk to that person, but how do I go, approach, and start the conversation in a healthy manner? Now, as a result, you have this fear in your head, and which brings you nervousness, awkward pauses, silence. And I'm sure you would not like to enter in a room which is filled with silent people. Silence is awkward, silence is pressurizing, and that silent stage is not a good state to be in. You know what? Conversation is not like a speech. I've practiced something and I deliver. Conversation requires two people, and majorly the effort needs to be from both the ends. Otherwise, the conversation will die. So, in today's video, I will be teaching you a simple, effective framework. I have named this framework as TALK, T A L K. Whenever you're having a conversation, what are you doing? You're talking. So, remember TALK, T A L K framework. And this framework will tell you how to be confident, how to speak naturally. Three, initiate a conversation, and number four, continue the conversation. Once you know all these parameters from tip to toe, automatically you'll ace any conversation. So put me on a full screen mode and watch this video till the end. So the first initial of talk framework is T. T stands for trust building. Before you talk to anybody, try to focus on the trust building factor. Why awkward silence happen in conversation? It happens when people don't feel connected. The moment people are in a conversation where they feel judged, they feel they're being noticed, they feel uncomfortable and disconnected, the conversation doesn't happen. Or even if it happens on a surface level. You're not able to connect on a deeper level with them. So before you speak fancy English or try to impress somebody with your communication, focus on building trust with them. Now, how can you do that? Simply by matching their energy level. If somebody is speaking at a calm pace, try to mirror their style. You can be calm as well. Don't just go like a reporter. Hi, sir, how have you been? The energy mismatch doesn't work for you. If somebody is smiling, smile back. If somebody is speaking softly, be a little gentle to them. Match their energy level. Imagine I am a loud person, the other person is quite introverted in nature. I need to slow down a bit. I cannot be always on high energy. It's important that I match the energy level. This technique is called conversational mirroring, where you look at the other person and try to mirror their standard. You don't have to mimic them, you have to simply check with the energy, match the energy, not mimic the energy. I'll tell you this why I'm saying don't mimic but match. So when I was in my childhood, I had a computer teacher. I'll not name him for obvious reasons, but I'll tell you, we used to call him as yes or no teacher. Why? Because he had this habit, after teaching every concept, he used to ask yes or no, like reassurance whether you got the concept or you have any doubts like this. So we named it yes or no, sir, because he kept on asking this, like it was his pet dialogue. So one day I asked a question, and after completing my question, I said yes or no, sir. There was an awkward silence, and then everyone in the classroom started laughing at me. The reason they laughed is because it was his dialogue and I said his dialogue in front of him, and it was really, really awkward. So from that day, I realized, no, Shruti, you shouldn't be doing that. So that's why I told you, match their energy, don't mimic them. This helps them be at ease. Somebody is soft spoken, be soft spoken to them. If somebody is smiling, smile back, be at ease with them. That will help you for sure. Now, see, we need to familiarize ourselves with such conversation. That's how you'd improve. In order to familiarize yourself with English communication, I would recommend you English Yagi. English Diary is a platform where you get connected with expert and certified English language tutors who help you improve your communication from tip to toe. When you implement everything that we are discussing in real time, you get this confidence back in your brain. You get it, oh, I have done it in my session, and you get confidence. So you can try a trial session at rupees 99 and feel the difference yourself. Now, coming back here, as I told you, always mirror what level they are at and try to match. Now, what is the actionable tip from you? Whenever you'll go to your next conversation with anybody, even after this video or tomorrow, you have to silently observe their eye contact, their pace of speech, their rate of speech, their body language, and how they are speaking. And try to eventually go with that. And you will see your conversation will happen more naturally and people will feel connected to you. I hope that works. Now it's time for the second letter of TALK framework. T for trust building, A for allow yourself some time. Okay, this thing has changed my conversational style completely. I have a question before I tell you what this means, okay? Who told us that the moment somebody asks you a question, you have to reply immediately? School trained us like a buzzer round. Somebody asks you a question and your brain is like, quick, 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 answer, answer, answer. And in order to speak or reply fast, you speak nonsense. As if you'll speak fast, there is going to be cash back credit to you, like rupee 500 credited to your bank account for speaking fast, or maybe for speaking, replying instantly. Nothing like that happens, right? So why don't you buy time? The A of TALK framework tells you to allow yourself some time, buy time. If somebody has asked something, take your time before responding. Nothing is gonna go. There's one quote which I generally love that says, words belongs to you till the time they come out of your mouth. The moment they are out, it belongs to the world. So it's better you think, you don't bring something that you don't want to create chaos for you. And even great communicators do that. You see celebrities, interviewers nowadays, people see podcasts as well. Then you have these podcasters, Raj Shamani, Prakhar, Ranbir Alabadia. If somebody is asking them anything, they take their own time. Good communicators think, pause, and then speak, not speak, think, and pause. That's what we do generally, yes. I had this habit. Somebody asked me a question, I used to instantly reply. And after reply, by when I used to go back to my conversation, maybe I'm chopping veggies and I'm thinking, oh, what happened in the conversation? Then I used to get some great ideas. And I'm like, brain, why didn't you answer me this before? Why didn't you give me this creative idea when I was in that round? It's all because I didn't let my brain thought process take some time and give me the answer. That's what you need to work upon. Allow yourself some time. Thoughtful silence is better than panicked speaking. That's why all these great people take their time. How can you buy time? So the word is okay. Yeah, okay. This is the word. If somebody asks me a question, I can say, okay. So what did I do? I just stretched the word. Or I can say, well, the word is well. I say, well, the thing is, these are some fillers that you can use before somebody asks you a question. Usually I say don't use fillers, but such fillers act as a sentence starter. Well, the thing is, okay. So what I feel is, what I understood from your question is, so such conversation starters, keep with yourself. This gives your brain 3 seconds to process what should I say next. And that actually helps for sure. Other than that, you can have some conversation starters. Well, that's a good question. What you said is right. Here is my take. So some starters you can have with yourself. I will ping you all these sentences in the chat box. Let me know if that helps. But yeah, remember, take your own time. These 3 seconds before you speak up act as a luxury in conversation and change the trajectory of your conversation. A person like me who's always energetic, enthusiastic, and over the top needed some time to process. When I was in boardrooms, I was in meeting rooms, I needed that space to think creatively. That's why I used to force myself, Shruti, you'll not utter any word. Take 2 minutes or 2 seconds to process your thoughts, right? Now, here is an actionable exercise. If you notice, first I gave you exercise for talk method. T stands for trust building. You'll observe people. Now, here is second actionable exercise for you. Whenever you go in your next conversation, force yourself for time. And for that, you can try. I'm asking you 3 questions right here. You can pause this video. And before you answer these questions to me, think like this. how will I process my thought? How will I speak? How will I present? First question for you is what motivates you? Number two, why you need to improve your English? Third and foremost is what are your major strengths? Now, before this, force yourself, I'll think and then speak. And I'm sure you'll see the result eventually. It's time for alphabet third of the talk framework, which is L. L for limit your points. In other words, I can say be a keynote speaker. You know, a good speaker is not the one who has stories to narrate, who speaks on and on. A good speaker is the one who can say a lot with fewer words possible. Okay, we all have one such friend who has this habit of saying stories, narrating incidents, and you feel like, my God, he's gonna narrate the whole Ramayana to me now. Or I'll tell you this, we all have one such friend as well. You get on a call and it's difficult to hang up the call because this person is speaking. You know, it happens. I have this friend, let's name this friend as Goli. So whenever Goli calls and my mom is calling back, Shruti, come have food. I'm like, Mom, Goli, how do I? Oh. So we have this one friend, right? Now, remember this thing. You need to be gentle. Please be humane. Get this in your head. People do not like listening monologues, especially at a networking event. Nobody would like to hear your stories, your autobiographies, what you have done, what you would be doing, what you're doing currently. No. In shortest word possible, how can you explain your thought process clearly? That eventually matters. Keynote speaker is the one who speaks to the point, who get the task clear, and who's powerful. When you speak less, you seem powerful. Have you seen Mahendra Singh Dhoni? When he speaks with great impact. So you need to have that impactful nature while speaking as well. Otherwise, people will just shut the noise or people will cancel the noise. That is what is important for you. And how can you practice that? Give any random topic to yourself and think in your brain, can I talk about this topic in 3 lines or maybe 30 seconds, majorly under 1 minute? If you manage to do that, you are becoming keynote speaker because a good conversation is clean, sharp, and professional. Any topic, maybe your college, your friends, your colleagues, anything you talk, start and think. So now we have covered T for trust, A for allow yourself some time, means buy time, and L for let yourself be there, be a keynote speaker. So the last letter of talk framework is K. K for keep asking. Continue to ask cross question. This is the most underrated skill. People think good conversation means where you speak on and on and on. No, good speakers don't just know how to speak, but also know how to ask or how to questions. You know what? Questions, any conversation is like a tennis ball game. Have you played tennis? If not, just remember there are two players. And if it's just one who's hitting constantly, the game will die. Both the parties need to hit the ball, and that's how it will engage, right? Or you can imagine with badminton as well. If it's just one person who's hitting, how would you play? Similarly, in a conversation, you don't just have to speak up. You should ask questions. Continue to ask questions. You know what? Questions keep the conversation going. Questions reduce the pressure of I have to speak every day, I have to speak and continue. No. And number three, question keeps the other person engaged. When you ask somebody any question, they feel important. They feel, oh, somebody has asked me. Or imagine this thing, okay? That's how I learned. I was good at speaking, but not asking a lot of questions. Eventually, after coming home, I used to think, I told this person so many things about me, but I don't know that much about him. Well, that's not a good thing. So, what I started feeling is, I started feeling that now I am the detective. I have to get some gossips out. So, when I'll speak, after my answer, I'll cross question. I'll check with him. He should also share what he's doing. Why should I share? What if he takes all the secret from me and gives nothing? So think this way. I have to exchange the things. If I say something, I need to get something out of the person as well. So cross question. What kind of things can you question? You can question, imagine you talk to your colleague and you're talking after a really long while, you can simply say, oh, what's keeping you engaged these days? Anything new lately? Oh, last time you told me that you were going for a movie. Which movie did you go for? What was it all about? Was it good? Or anything like that. What are your recent goals? Which project are you working on? Anything like that. Ask to know them well. Be curious to understand. Don't be detective. Hey, why are you doing this project? What made you do this project? What's your salary? Such questions are big no. Questions to know them better, questions to build trust, questions to engage with them, questions to open them. That's what you need to do. Now, here is the actionable exercise. Wherever you go tomorrow or after this conversation, think of what kind of questions I can ask the next person. If I'll meet anybody in office, what kind of question can I ask? If I meet any of my friends, what can I say? What can I ask generally? Or in case you have nobody around, think of like this. Imagine you meet me for the first time. What kind of questions would you ask me? Type down in the comment section. Uh, if I meet you in person, that I would love to meet my subscribers. My questions for you would be, hey, which city of state you're from? How you got to know about this channel English Yari? Uh, which video of mine did you find was better than anyone else? Anything I can ask you, or I can say that I always wanted to meet my subscribers. I always wanted to meet my English Yari family members. How are you feeling? So I can ask such questions. You type down what questions would you ask, and who knows, I can reply in the chat box as well. At the end, remember this: fluency is not about speaking fast. Confidence is not about speaking nonstop. Conversation is all about listening patiently, staying silent at times, letting the other person speak, questioning, cross questioning in order to know them better, and continuing the flow of nature, trust building. That's what we learned today. And honestly, sometimes silence is better than overthinking. Just have a conversation, go ahead. And you know what? Practice is your responsibility. After this video, take at least one step. You can talk to English Yari tutors who are there to help you. That hand holding support will give you that confidence, because watching videos will not help you alone. Though I've given you actionable pointers, you need to take action. I would like to thank you so much for all the love that you've shared. Uh, every time I say this, I'm grateful, grateful, and grateful to all of you. And let me know your thoughts in the comments if you like this one and if you want to watch some videos like this. Thank you once again. I'll see you till the end.